Hi friends, my name is Bruce Wood. I'm here at the Woodshed Gallery in Franklin, Massachusetts. I'm the gallery director, and every once in a while one of the perks I get is having a show of my own work. So what I'd like to do, instead of actually talking about the paintings themselves or about where I was when I painted them or what I was thinking about or any of that stuff, I'd like to just talk to you about why I make them. You see, I think it's more important to know why you're making a painting than to actually have any other reason, for making it. Because if you're not making it for a specific reason, if you don't know why you're making it, or if you're just making it for yourself for some kind of self-gratification, that's great, but you have to know that first. You see, I came to grips with this quite a while ago, early on in my career, realizing that the paintings that I made had to be for someone, and not necessarily for me. Now, of course, I have to like them. I have to get them to a point where I'm satisfied with them. But I am the maker of them. I'm not the final owner of them. Now, you might think, yeah, sure, this guy's painting for the market. But when I say I'm not the final owner of them, I mean generations down the line, long after I'm gone, someone else is going to own these paintings. And when someone owns this painting, I want them to benefit from that in some other way than just an aesthetic one, or perhaps that the painting is valuable. You see, what I want people to get from my paintings, and this is how I craft them, and this is why I do them, is I want people to get a positive feeling just by being around them. Now, you might think that you need to have an aesthetic background, you need to know a lot about art history or something like that to be able to appreciate a painting. I see people looking at my paintings, they stand back and they get up close and they examine them. That's got nothing to do with what these paintings are all about. Now, they think that they're educated in how to look at paintings, and they've been taught the wrong things, unfortunately. You see, what I'm doing here is playing with color, and playing with texture, and playing with rhythm. And a long time ago, I heard in one of my art classes that the eye reacts to color and creates subtle vibrations in the retina. Now, this was very interesting to me because when I was very young, I remember having physical reactions to color. Some colors actually, I think, made the little hairs on my head stand up. There were other colors felt very soothing, and I had this kind of reaction to color and I didn't know why. And now I do know why. There's a physical basis for all this. I didn't make it up. But I do work with this whole idea that these vibrations that can cause a sensation in me that makes me feel secure or feel energetic or something like that will do the same thing in other people to different extents. Now, everyone's not extra hypersensitive to it like maybe I am. But they are sensitive to it in one way or another. And I honestly believe that the way that I craft the paintings, people will be able to live with them and feel good. Just feel good because it's in their environment. It makes the environment feel better to them. See, that's the whole idea. Now, when I consciously got that idea and worked toward it with the idea that I was going to make paintings that would give people positive feedback or enrich their lives in some way, then everything just started rolling for me. A few years ago, I had two women on two separate occasions tell me that they used the paintings that they bought from me as focal points while they were giving birth. I didn't realize what a tremendous compliment that was at the time that they told me, but now I do, and I know that my paintings were very successful because they affected those two women in that way. And since that point, actually, a birthing center has purchased several of my paintings, and people have told me that they've seen them there. Now, another interesting thing is that a funeral home bought a whole lot of my paintings. And people have come back from funerals and told me that they saw my paintings there and how great it was and everything, and that it was totally not like what they're used to seeing in funeral homes. Interesting stuff, really. Now, another one is that a hospital, a heart hospital, the Kirkland Clinic in Birmingham, Alabama, actually purchased 360 of my paintings, and they put them in every examining room and every waiting room and all over the place, all over the whole hospital, because they felt that this was some work that was going to be beneficial in the mindset of their patients. So I guess what I'm saying is that what I've been doing works. And that's why I make these paintings. You see, how I make them, layering the paint or the kind of paint that I use or any of that is really all beside the point. They are scenes of things that are familiar. You see, what I've decided to do was, rather than make abstract paintings where the colors all interact and do the exact same things that my paintings do, I decided to use the landscape as an armature to allow the colors to do their magic. And in doing that, I also create rhythms, visual rhythms throughout the work that help the eye and help the mind be invigorated or soothed one way or the other. And another thing that is a concern, and you can think about this when you're looking at the paintings, is that I realize that most people are used to an audio type rhythm, an oral rhythm from music, and that we are tremendously affected by the music that we're hearing, perhaps, when we're seeing something that we like. Now just imagine this. If you're driving down the road, you're listening to favorite music, and you see a beautiful scene, a beautiful sunset, or a magnificent building, or something. Your reaction to that scene might have been a little bit different if the music wasn't there. Now, I have a filmmaking background. I love film. And in film, you can mix music and visual pretty easily, and it has that great effect. But when you're dealing with a painting, now see, paintings stand still. They don't do all that. So part of my thinking in making the paintings was, how can I combine rhythms so that you have an extra layer of rhythm going on in those paintings besides the ones that are the rhythm that's created by the vibration of the colors. So there you have it. That's why I make these paintings. I make the paintings to enrich people's lives. And, I hope that eventually, at some point, you too will be able to have one of these in your environment, and that it will give you the positive feedback, the positive feelings that I'm crafting into each piece. And it assures me somewhat, it makes me feel good, that these paintings will have a life beyond my own and beyond yours. This is something that, if you own one of the paintings, and then 3 generations down the road, someone knows this was great-great-grandma's or grandpa's painting, they may still look at it and feel something about your life in it. And in that, they'll feel something about my life too. And you see, that's my legacy. These paintings are my legacy. So that's why I make these paintings. I hope you too can benefit from them. See you later.